Hey guys, my name is Siniak and welcome back to another episode of Transport Fever 2. Where last episode guys, we finally set up our first passenger lines with our trams. Now we've kind of used the trams as this is going to be like the makeshift test feature for when we start putting in passenger train lines, and so far it's gone really well, to be honest with you. Now I believe that they class the road as the tram line, if that makes sense. And since then it's skyrocketed, which is pretty cool. We can check out all of our routes. I forgot which is the button for all our routes. Line statistics. There we go. Can I make this bigger? There we go. So if I put it on balance there, you can see what loses money. Now currently the oil import line loses money, but that's only because once they drop a load off, which they're about to do right now, it's the oil line here, isn't it? The one that goes down here. It then instantly goes into profit for the year, which is pretty cool. Now, look at the money we're making. It's kind of ridiculous. And if you look in the top 5 kind of lines that make the most money, it's 1, 2, it's up, okay, the top 4, battling top 4 between top 5, it's all between, oh, there we go, the oil import jumps in as it now comes in, but basically what I'm saying, in the top 5 is the passenger lines. It just shows you how profitable those are. So why don't we attempt to go the full distance and incorporate our very own train line? Now, how I want it to work is I'm going to create an interchange just here at Rugby. And I think this is the perfect spot there. So I can have a station, right, kind of semi at an angle. So we can have a line that goes from Halesworth to Brentford to Rugby and back. I might just make it go back and forth to begin with, but eventually it'll be nice to try and incorporate it, then going up to Market Drayton and Topsum. So we have this train going back and forth like this. I don't know if it's going to be the perfect way to do it, but it'll be pretty cool. Oh, we got a new cargo truck. We got a new cargo trucks, guys. Okay, we'll check those out in just a moment. And because I have this at an angle, I can also create a route that goes from Rugby down to Bexley, but I don't know how popular that will be because it's really then becomes like a dead end. Really, isn't it? Or I can have 2 train lines, one from Topsum to Market Drayton to Rugby and back, and one from Halesworth to Brentford to Rugby and back. So we have 2 train lines like that. I think I might go down to that route first because I don't have enough oomph, enough behind me to incorporate one solid thingy, because really you don't want ends. You want it to continue to go around in a loop. I could have it to go up to here to then go into Epworth. But then Watford's up there. It becomes too complex, but it is going to be really expensive. So I think I'll stick to Halesworth to Brentford to Rugby first before we extend it on this line. Now, the reason I don't want to do a train line just here, because currently we have the tram line. So they could just get off the train, get on the tram and back and forth until we eventually replace the tram line. Also, when I get that all up and running too, I've noticed this. There's crude oil that can be turned into oil, that could be then turned into fuel, which the fuel goes to Halesworth. What? That is a perfect setup right now. And then all I gotta do then is get the wood, turn it into planks, down here into tools, that go to Halesworth. This is a gold mine just sitting here waiting to be worked on. But we'll set up the passenger line first. How crazy is that? I didn't really notice until I was just kind of like floating around, just checking stuff out. So if we go to the layers, which I always forget where it is, it's just here. And we'll incorporate then the train here somehow. So if I just kind of pause the game for a second, so they don't go to build anything new. And if I go to the road management now, and if I'm not sure what road that is, I'll go for this type of road. It looks like it's this type of road. And if I just bring it to there, it's going to cost me a fortune now to get this up and running. But we're going to get a station in. Buildings, train, yeah, it's going to be a passenger one. So I could do an end terminus. Oh my goodness me, boys, what's going on? Which is probably the way to go forward, because I'm not really going to go anywhere else. So really, it was kind of pointless building that. And what if I made it like 2 lines? Could mean it could go in that direction. I don't know if it would, but it will give us that room for expansion. So maybe I delete this. And I put this in its place instead, this end line. Right. Okay. Or should I put it there and still allow the road to flourish? See, I'm so indecisive, guys. Right, I'm going to put it here. Right. And then if I build the road back out. Oh, I don't want it to bend like that. Why are you bending? Why are you bendy-wendy? Alright, if I just go then that to there. So the road can still continue to go along, and we can build buildings here on this side of the road. But there we go. There we go. So where is the residential on this side? It's just there. That's perfectly fine anyway, because I'm going to do a cross... Well, not a crossroad, but like station here. That should be good. So if I go to there, connect you up to there. And then however the town area, whatever you want to call it, builds around it, it's entirely up to them. Now I do two lanes of the train track on this as well, because you never know what we're gonna do. And over here, we're gonna need two as well. So we'll just keep it like that. I delete this road, and I've got to pick or favorite over a certain one. So rail. Right, if I place this, because I got to figure out where the train track's gonna go. If I mimic it on this side of the road, I want it kind of not too close to the town, but you kind of need it close to the town. So I'm gonna put it there, just so we can have the bend on the railway, and then the road. So if I brought this out, this came out. Oh, that's terrible. I don't want another connection there, do I? I could run a solid connection like that. Is there too many connections on that junction? It should be okay. And then if I delete this, then I naturally let the area. Do I naturally let the area build up to it, or should we build it our own roads? It's a tough one, isn't it? Alright, if I cancel that, would that be too much? I mean, rugby's getting a little bit too crazy. I don't know whether to naturally let it do its thing, or whether I let this road continue out like that. It's going to destroy a lot of buildings, but we should have the growth to continue it through. That there allows us to have buildings down here. Then I let it go naturally. Then it's walking distance to the train station, right? I think so. It could be the worst thing I've ever done. Okay, right. Now this is going to be fun because we're going to have to bridge over. And I'll use this side of the track first. So if I came straight over, okay, it's not as much as you kind of thought it would be. I could go for that type of... How much is it going to cost me, by the way? 1.2 million. Right, so it comes down to what type of bridge I want to use. See, that's a nicer bridge. It looks more modern than that, doesn't it? And it does kill off a lot of the Bay Area, which is a shambles. I'm going to spend a little bit more money to go with that more modern style bridge. We'll go with that. So let's accept that. I can't believe I'm building something this huge, boys. I can't believe. I've got a 2-line station on there. Not entirely sure why, but it's there anyway. So we're going to have nothing go down anywhere else, aren't we? It could be I mean, what could that other line be? Oh, it could be a line from Brentwood up to Epworth. That could be another line, potentially in the future. So I'm just trying to get to grip of where I'm placing, what station I'm using for what kind of connection. So this then is going to be this one, obviously. And this is going to run now. Oh, I'm zooming out way too far. It's going to run around like that. So it's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Oh, we're going for a bridge right now, boys. Oh, I've just realised something. It's very mountainy, and then we're going through tunnels and stuff. Who do you think you are? Right, it's getting a little bit oh, I can do yeah, I like the idea of a bridge over. Even though it costs a lot. It adds a little bit of detail and, like, you know, something to this area, which is really cool. Creates a bridge over there, so there is no need for a a crossing like we have crossings here, which it actually cuts into the ground quite a bit, doesn't it? That's interesting. But there's going to be not much traffic going to there, if any, if I even use that area. So the bridge continues gloriously. And I'm going to keep it to that style because it actually kind of works in that one. Because it's got to get up to that elevation. That's why there's a bridge. So that's going to be quite fun. It's like the Harry Potter bridge, isn't it? All because of this here. Hilarious. Right, then that's technically all connected. So, yeah, I won't do the train track up there because we have the tram routes going back and forth, so they can be used for that. So if I just create a quick line. So, bam, from there to there to there. And obviously we want them to stop at Brentford again. There we go. So it doesn't really matter how much loads they have. But if they're stopping back and forth and it's continuous, they're taking passengers to and from, to and from, to and from. Easy, 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 easy. So this is, we have to rename this one then. This is the Halesworth to Brent to Rugby line. That's simply what we'll call it. So, put it back into play mode then. So now we've got that semi set up. I just got to put a train, an actual train on it. That bridge is huge. We put a train line on it, and then we get passengers go back and forth. And then once we've got that consistently going along, we should have enough money to supplement it until it starts turning a profit. It might turn a profit instantly. We could be really, really surprised. And then we can start to use this little gold mine going on down here. Because Brentford also needs the fuel. So we could easily, you know, satisfy Halesworth really easy. Brentford then needs food, which is a wheat farm there. Is there anything close by? That produces food, which is not that far away. Is it anywhere closer? No, just down by Prescott. There's no, I mean, we have this up here, but, you know, we're using it for food for Market Drayton. So that can also be used a little bit further out the way, but that also needs food, and they need machinery, which we can get planks from over there. Just need then steel, which comes from the closest place that I can quickly see up here, which we're not even using this plant either. And we have one. Where do you have the other one? The other one's just up there as well. So it's all nearby. We just gotta grasp it with both hands, pretty much. Right, let's set up then a vehicle line thing for the trades buildings. A vehicle depot. Now, where do I place this? I've got to put it in an area that we're not really going to be using. So over this side looks pretty okay. So I'll just put that up to there. Let's get a track. Now, going down to there. To there for now. Don't need to do anything else just yet because we're not really going to see multiple trains on this route yet anyway. Okay, so let's see. We're going to buy a vehicle. And what locomotive you got? Steam, electric, diesel. It's all steam at the moment. Got to be careful as well that we're not spending too much money on one of them. So whereas this one costs us $500,000 a year, 600,000. This one costs us 271. It's 60 kilowatts. So I'm going to go for this one. It's only 60, so we'll roll with it. So let's add this. It's literally almost a third of the price a year to run. Not bad. Passengers then, we have the compartment car versus the six-wheeler. Now the six-wheeler takes 14 capacity. Can go up to 100 kilometers. We're not really going that fast. Has a loading speed ×2, where this one has a ×4. Weighs a little bit more. So let me see how many of these I could add on before it slows down our current train. So I can have a capacity of 84 right there. And it puts it at mediocre. 98. Is that too many? I feel like that's going to be way too many. Right, I think we'll go with a 58 capacity. No. We'll go with 42 capacity for now, and then we'll see what happens over time where I add more six-wheelers to it. But if I buy that for 4.1 million, put it on our Hales Brent rugby line, off it goes, sir. That will now choo-choo along. So it'll be quite interesting to see then which of these 3 towns is going to have the most passengers. Because you would think it's Rugby because it's connected all the way up there, but you got to think so is Brentwood and Halesworth. They're semi-connected all the way up here as well. They just have to jump on a tram. So it'd be quite cool to see what exactly happens. Now remember, we got some new vehicles, didn't we? So if I look at, because our biggest problem at the moment is trying to get this plant over here to produce food. So if I look at like the 2 wheat imports lines right now. So let's do wheat import line 1. And we got a bunch of vehicles on there. So if I selected all of them and wanted to replace them, cargo. So we're using these ones, the cat strap ones, which have a capacity of 5. These ones now have a capacity of 7, and they take, well, this one has a capacity of 8, but it doesn't take the cargo it wants. So this one, just replacing all of these for 1.1 million. Oh, we got a new ship. Means we get an extra +2 capacity, which that in itself makes a huge difference. So replace all of those. The wheat import, the second one, replace with all these. GDS. Now we got to pick a line that has the 8 capacity trucks. So I think we'll try these ones, the ore, the iron ore, and the coal mine will be the good lines to take a look at. So the coal import, which is this one here, can they take this one? Oh no, it's different. Okay, it's going to be steel then, and the logs. Right, what takes logs down here? How much do we have waiting for them? Quite a bit. So that's our wood import. So wood import just here. Oh no, wrong one. On the wrong selection. Which itself has 15 vehicles on. And if we replace them for that, it goes from 5 to then 8. That's a lot of vehicles. That's a lot of cargo we can set up then. So replace all that. Let's have a look at these anyway. Oh, look at them. They're huge, mate. They are huge wagons, boy. Huge. Which is also going to change how much money we then earn. And the other one was steel. How much steel is waiting over here? So we have quite a bit of steel too. So let's check out the steel line. There we go. There's only 3 vehicles at the moment, but replace that now with these. So we got steel, then we have planks and construction. Okay, so we have a planks truck. We do. I think we do. If we don't, I think we do. But we can replace these 3 anyway with that. Nice. Now, do we have them taking the planks anywhere? Yes, we do, mate. We have a plank import. So where's that? Right above it. And it has 10 vehicles as well. Place them with these. Nice. So that's done then. So these bringing in extra wheat over time, that should change the processing of the plant. How much money are we getting as well when he brings it in? Obviously, I'm not sure which line it is. 16,000. Holy moly. So it'll be interesting then to see how much our road income progresses forward. That'll be cool to see too. So train is on the move. It is slow. But I do have it in play mode, so that's fast forward then. Do you have any people waiting just yet? Not really. It will probably be a while before we see any progression onto this. We have one person. Is it just one person? Oh, it's 3 people waiting over at Halesworth. But yeah, once we start to build these little towns up, then they should slowly start to have passengers moving back and forth. And obviously, it is a little bit outside of the town right now, but I don't mind that at the moment. I don't mind it. It would be nice to set up like a little route to get them to the train station. But I'm just wondering, oh, we've got a person waiting over here at Brentford as well. So I don't mind that at the moment until we get these towns up and running. We got to, inject a little bit of life into them. Because at the moment, it's just kind of pointless for them, isn't it? So, right. Do I... Look at that now. Look, we got like the food being semi-empty. Like in terms of vehicles waiting. The food's coming in quite quickly now, isn't it? Which is good. Do I add those vehicles to some of the other routes? So let me check out. So let me start up here. And we'll go with only road lines. So coal import. Right, let's replace all the coal import then. So that unfortunately has to go with this one. Because we have no coal on that. So replace all of those. Food for market drain. I won't change that one because that's the one I'm trying to stimulate. So replace all these. Machines. Replace it all with those. So plank's good. Steel's good. Wheat's good. So wood. So that takes, we've got logs, steel, and planks. So it's wood is the logs, steel, and planks. Yeah, they're the ones with no box around the back of them. Open backs, flatbeds, whatever you want to call them. So that's good. So the only one that doesn't have our new upgraded trucks is the one taking the food. And for the first time ever, look at that. Look at that, boys. We have food for days awaiting. So maybe I do now think about upgrading it. So the food import market rate, and there is 16 there's 16 vehicles on it? I don't know if it's a good idea or not. I'd do it anyway because obviously it benefits us in the long run. It's probably not enough to supplement it, but it would take a while. Right, okay. They're now all up and running. Sweet. No worries. This is now coming back, this train. Which I don't think this train even makes any money yet. No, it's really not worth it. It's just picked up 3 people from here. So over time, more and more people start to wait. Oh, there's one going either way. That's cool. So shall we inject some life into this then? I think so. But I think before I do though, do you think I should like sort out a naming system for all this? So it's all kind of in the same spot. If you know what I mean. I think I kind of do because it's going to get a little bit too overcrowded at some point. But what am I now about to do? I'm about to do like an oil line. So like I'm about to do the crude oil to oil. Then oil over there. So like for example crude oil. What I could do is like CO for crude oil. And we call it import. And then our oil. Oh, hold on. So when I add a secondary one, if I just put one. And then when I add a secondary one in, I just name it 2, if that makes sense. And I'll do it to the other ones when I then create a secondary one. It just becomes a little bit more easier for me to visually see it. So we're going to create then a road. Because I'm not going to do trains on this one. Because, I mean, I could, but it'll be too much of a pain. I can just do like a simple like road crossing. So, okay, let's go with... I'm going to go with the dirt road just because... How much for a tunnel? 1 point. See, it'll be cheaper to build around here. Or I could spend $1 million and do a tunnel cutting through. Now I do have 12 million. And it does shorten a distance by quite a bit. And over time, I'll get my money back for it. So that's a line directly to there. And then we're going to want to build a road that goes straight up, aren't we, really, to be honest with you. So then if I come off here and did that. And I'm doing dirt roads because, one, it's technically cheaper, even though these roads are not cheap. But it also goes up to 60 miles an hour, or kilometers an hour. So I've just invested a fortune there. and setting up this little back and forth route. So it's like straight into there, and then straight up to there, and then eventually back down to here. Oh, it's a big setup, boys. It's a big setup we're going to be doing right now. Right, and so vehicle buildings, want cargo. And let's rotate this. There we go. So one there. Turn that there. One there. And then, of course, one there. We'll get a vehicle depot in now. Tram road depot. There we go. And well, we're gonna have to start it over here. Well, I'll centralize it more, to be honest with you. Shall I put it in the town? Yeah, why not? If it'll fit in without destroying anything, anyway. Okay, kind of won't do it there. Can I get away with it here? Should I just roll with the punches? And, you know what? We'll put it out. We'll put it here. It just makes more sense, doesn't it? Okay, there we go. So let's set up a line then. New line. We've got from here to here, which is our crude oil. So we'll call this then CO import 2. There we go. And then we want to do one from there to there, which is then our import 2, which goes down to there. But we need to get the oil back and forth here first before we move that over to there and then that one down. But then we'll have... Oh, we need to do a depot in here, don't we? Right, where's the industrial over here? There, okay. So if I do some maneuvering with the streets. So I had that follow a little bit. Have that connect up to there. Have that straight over. That road's going to connect down to here anyway, as you can tell. Buildings. We can then have this. Just there. I mean, I've learnt now how to like rotate it perfectly, so why am I not just rotating it perfectly? Look at that. There we go. Sweet, mate. So yeah, back to lines. This is from there, then down to here. Now, well, it's called line 1, but what is it actually? What is is it fuel? Yeah, it is fuel. So line 1, and we call it F import, because we've only really got one. Oh no, that can mean two things, couldn't it? Because we could have a food import. Oh, I call it fuel. Because it's really... And then I can call those oil, can't I? See, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to be so indecisive. So if it's 2 words, then we'll do like... So like crude oil, we'll keep that CO because it's crude oil. Whereas fuel and oil is just easy enough to see. Right, okay, so I can't do every single line all at once. We got to do it in stages. So let's go to the vehicle depot. Let's buy some vehicles. And which is the oil one? This one, all cargo. We're going to buy 10 of these bad boys. Right? Select them all. Put them on. Oil, no. Where is it? Crude oil import. Is it not connected to the other crude oil because the roads aren't connected? I think so. But crude oil import 2. Oh no, it's not connected to the other one because it's a train line. Duh. There we go. Then once that's got the back and forth going, then we can set up one going back and forth to the other one when that starts producing oil from the crude oil. So after that goes then. Now in general, look at that. We got 3.5, 3.4 million from the road. Then we, as you know, since we've increased all the vehicles. That's crazy, man. Right, that still hasn't made money, but have you noticed it's now carrying 7 passengers? So they're slowly building up the passengers. Slowly getting there, guys. And that should hopefully now start to wake the giant that's in Halesworth. Has that got a full load? Pause. Oh, I've got to set this up in the lines. It does have a full load. Holy moly, it does have a lot here, doesn't it? But I had to, I've got to set up the lines to make sure that they're... So, crude oil import 2. So, from Halesworth west here, obviously you want a full load. I might as well set it up to the other ones as well. Then we have the fuel import, which obviously you want a full load. Oh, am I doing exiting? Then the oil import 2, what a full load. There we go. So when the vehicle gets here, we can then officially see how much money we make from each vehicle on this line. And then we can set up the other vehicles on the other one. So wait for it to come in right now. 23,000, wow, okay. I'm going to configure this as well because I can see eventually us having a few queuing issues. So yeah, it's really going to wake the beast up now. Nice. So let's get this one set up too. So buy vehicles. These ones again. Nothing can be taken from this, can it? No. So all got to be these ones on all 3 of them lines. So buy 10. Put them on the oil import 2. Now you start to see oil then being created. So this is what I mean now. We can have this little backlog, which might be a slight pain for us. But they should start moving out slowly. It's already got 4. And when we got that going back and forth over time as well, we should set this one up as well. Just configure this slightly. So it is worth extending these little platforms. Just for the sake of that moment where you do have a backlog of queue, it's not stopping the other import line bringing the stuff in like it's going to do over here right now. So this is where I got to slightly configure this to go back to. Because then, like, now that's all come in, it was stopping this line coming in. If it stops that line coming in, they're never going to get their goods because we can't produce it. So, you know, it's a little bit simple, easy kind of thing to fix, but does what it needs to do, doesn't it? It does, boys. So, oh, we just had our first vehicle. And what did we get there? 37,000. Wow, we're going to make a lot of money off these new lines. So with that said then, we then do the same here. Now, I don't know how many vehicles to put on this. I might only put 5 on to begin with. Just because you don't have that many vehicles going. It takes longer to get over there, basically. And if I put this on the fuel import, and then that will slowly wake the beast and begin Halesworth to grow. And then you might see, over time, more and more people wanting to go on their travels. Alright, where's the train? Train's over there. So this is... Oh, it's got 9 now. It had 7 last time I checked it going in this direction. So this is the first line that hasn't instantly made us money, but I don't expect it to. It's just to slowly stimulate the areas of where they're going. So do you think it would be ideal to set like a... I mean, can you put a bus line on a tram line, if that makes sense? Like if I was to configure it. Yeah, you kind of can, can't you? It's a shame I can't put one up there. Because I could build the little bus terminal in. But then again, eventually it's going to remove. I'm going to remove it to get the proper train line in. But it is kind of out the way a little bit of this one anyway. But yeah, I just want to stimulate these towns before I focus on that. But it's just there for now to kind of get things slightly moving. Right, is it producing fuel? So they're obviously waiting for fuel over here. They've just got 7 coming in. And where's the depot? The depot's just here. Oh, something just got demolished? I think so, boys. I think so. Right, you're bringing fuel down right now, so we can actually see how much money we make off it. This is exciting! Oh, this one's coming in too. Here we go. What are you giving us, boy? 22,000, nice. And that's only a short distance as well. That's not too shabby. And that will now make Halesworth a little bit better. So then what's missing from here then is the tools, which is really, I gotta set up a route there to get down to here, to get to there, which is not too bad. We could do that next episode anyway to kind of simulate this area. But I'm thinking I need to do like a transfer over here. Does anybody else think that? Because I do. Because it also connects down to here, doesn't it? Blexley. So why don't we try it? Because it could be, if I put one bus on it and we'll see what happens. So if I was to build, no, I don't, passenger. Oh, I could, wait. Passenger as in what? I need a separate one altogether, don't I? Waiting for cargo. No, passenger. Right, I don't know if it'll work, but let me throw something together. So street, small truck stops to unload cargo, replace a sidewalk, does not allow a loading of the cargo. Because you can't set up a line like if I go to new line. No, you can't do it like that. But if I built in, let's say for example, a lot of people have just got off that and they can walk. But I do feel like it's really out of the way. Do we not have the ability to put like a... Hold on. Bus and tram stop. This is what I'm looking for. Right, can I incorporate this? Okay, I can't incorporate there, but I can incorporate it here. So if I dropped you there. And then put it on this side here. That's what I'm looking for. Right, add a station. You. To there. That's a weird, it's a really weird route that they take. Very inefficient, isn't it? But it is what it is. So if I call it the... so not all these lines are going to have great names. But if I call it the rugby bus transfer... We understand what it is then, don't we? It's transferring people here to here. So if that stops people walking... But it also allows people from Blexley to be connected even better, and vice versa. I'm not sure how much is going to be that's going to work. But where's the closest vehicle depot? Is this it? That's a tram one. It's up there. It's really out of the way. Right, road depot. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Right, I'm going to squeeze this. Here. So if I buy a vehicle, passenger, this one that can hold a capacity of 8 does 45 miles an hour. Do we need it to go that fast? Yeah, well it has a really good loading speed. So if I just buy one for now, where is this new rugby bus transfer? I don't know if this is going to be beneficial to any degree, but it'll be quite fun to see. If it does get used, even more interesting. I don't know if that is too short of a distance for passengers and they would rather walk. But it'd be very, very interesting to see what comes of it over time. But I'll leave it to kind of, you know, simulate over time because you just don't know what's going to come from it. 31 million in the bank. Man, the money's coming in. The money is coming in. Right, this train. If I can click it. There we go. Still losing money, but it's got 19 people on board. Yes, mate. You do this, boy. Right, we're lagging all over the place right now. Okay, it's coming into the station. Is it? I don't know if it's got these full 19 people are going here or they're going to the other stop. I don't know. 16,000. Nice. And it's got 26 on board now going the other direction. That's good, man. Obviously, it's not going to turn a profit for us yet, which is why the trams. You can see why I chose to use the trams. It made more sense. And it might still make sense to kind of keep it to a tram version, to be honest with you. Right, this bus stop anyway. Yeah, there's 9 people waiting. There's 5 people waiting, so it works to some degree. How many people are waiting over in this side? Right, there's nobody on this side, so how many people does it drop off? I think it may have just picked some of them up. So nobody on board, well, nobody on board on the way back. But I suppose you got to wait for the train to stop there, don't you, to get people coming on the way back. But picks a bunch of people up. It's got the full 8 people. I'm interested to see then on that such a short distance how much money does it creep in. It's quite a cool thing. I like how the chairs are upstairs. That's pretty cool. 7,000. Wow. So if you could have people on the way back, if it eventually does that when a train comes in, that's gonna be like a semi-profitable line. Only by a little bit, but it does have some benefit, weirdly enough. That's really interesting. So does anybody now, how many people? There's 11 people waiting over here. Is that train on the way back? Yes, it is. Has 35 people on. There's the finances for it. Oh, we're getting close to breaking even. We're slowly getting there. Even more interesting. That's what I mean. I built this with no demand, and then the demand has slowed. Wow. Wow. Did you see how much money it just made? Did you? There's people now waiting for the bus. Look at... Oh my god! That was dope. Finances. That's the most money we've made. And that's the most expenses have been. Highest 600,000. So we've definitely made a profit this year off it. Right, guys, look at that. There wasn't any demand. I created the demand. I think that's when you get into people going from Halesworth all the way up to here to Rugby. That's when you get the big bulk of the change. So there was no demand. Your boy, he created that demand. It looks like there's a brand. Is that a tram? I see. Is that a new bus? I see. Right. Before we end this episode, then, guys, let's take a quick look at this. So, these are vehicle lines. Rugby Road Depot. No, I don't want those. The bus transfer. If I switch this up, I could potentially go to this, which carries 9. That only carries 8. So it's 16,000 a year, but I get an extra person. No, well, I got this one, haven't I? Yeah, that carries 8. I can carry that extra person. And what's the difference? Okay, there's not much difference. It's a little bit slower, but it carries that extra 9th person. I'll replace it. We'll go with it. Now, trams. Have I just seen a new tram? Or was it a train altogether? I think it was a train, wasn't it? Yeah, there's no new trams. Let me check the trains. Oh, it's our first electric train. It's like $1 million a year to run. Who do you think you are? Get out of here, boy. Get out of here. But it might come to a point where your boy is gonna need an extra bus on this route. So here's the bus. That's in profit. Look how many people are waiting here. Do you know what? We're going to buy another bus. Because there is quite a lot of people now wanting to go onto it. So buy vehicles. I'll buy 2. And put it on the rugby bus transfer line. There we go. There we go, boys. There we go. So, you don't get many people there, but when I eventually get them all set up down to here, then that gets rid of the need for this. But obviously, it's the transfer then it would be to the Blexley. Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting where we're currently heading right now, but we are slowly building those demands, boys. We're getting millions in profit every year. So let's check out the lines. Every line that we have right now makes a profit. How cool is that? Even down to that tiny bus transfer route that currently has 3 buses on. Making money! I can't believe how well this is going. There's people over there waiting. When is the next train? The train's on the way back. But we are killing it, mate. Smashing it. Smashing, sir. It's smashing. Guys, we're going to end it for here. Whew. I'm the demand creator. We're going to work more in this area in the next episode. Ooh. Oh. That's another passenger car. We'll work on this area more next episode. I want to get the this tools factory up and running. Get the wood kind of going back and forth there. Getting the tools, dropping the tools off at Halesworth. How much fuel do we have over here? We have quite a bit of fuel. So we can create a brand new line from here to start giving fuel to Brentford so that can start to grow. Look at how much it's starting to grow already in the industrial area. Now we're bringing them goods in. And then we can take a look at, hopefully then, bring in the food to here and to get tools, planks there. The food is wheat's just there. We just need to bring wheat in. And the closest to get wheat there, where was it? Ah, just there. So it's all within this radius. And at some point, we've got to look at setting up as well a freaking boat route. That'll be so good. Because the condition of train 2 is very, very poor. This one here. Details. It's 40 years old. So maybe we do. Look at slightly replacing it. So, when I say replace it, it's currently what? It's currently one of these. Ah, yes. Okay. Right, let's quickly replace this then. We'll go with... because the other one on the line is that one. So add that. And it's got a load of those tankers, doesn't it? So how many should we put into it? 72? Right, I won't make this one as big. Right, we go to there, which is still good. 99 capacity. Now we'll go to there. Replace. And that then changes it all. So there's only 9 on that, whereas 14 on this one. So you got a big and a small one coming in, because if you do 2 big ones, then there'll be nothing left when they kind of collect it. But yeah, we got to set up a boat route, which would be pretty cool. We can do a solid boat route now from the refinery to there to give Longridge. But I'll do passenger routes first. I think that's the way to go forward, because Twickenham looks like quite a big little town. Give a passenger route over to here to Halesworth, and then they can simply walk to the train station, and they're then all connected to our big system. It's wonderful, guys. It's wonderful. But hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good. Bye.